Yes.
Okay, ready?
I call the caucus meeting of the Borough Ship Bottom to order June 24th, the year 2025 at 6:30 p.m. Please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, please help us as we deliberate and render our decisions this evening. Guide us so that we may make the Borough of Ship Bottom the best it can be for our residents and visitors. Amen.
Amen.
Statement of notice, please.
Pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, both adequate and electronic notice of this meeting has been provided by posting on the bulletin board of the municipal building, on the borough website, and mailing the same to the Beach Haven Times, the Asbury Park Press, and the Press of Atlantic City.
Roll call.
Councilman Talon?
Here.
Councilman Valio?
Here.
Councilman English?
Here.
Councilman Buckus?
Here.
Councilwoman Basile?
Here.
Councilman Hartman?
Here.
Number 5 is your caucus discussion, and our first one is Chief Potter.
There.
You can stand right there.
All right, perfect.
No, the mic's not working. Sorry,
All right.
it's
Just
loud.
speak loud, Chief.
Okay, perfect. So, Mayor, Council, I've been doing a history of the, Ship Bottom Police Department, and obviously with our 100th anniversary, our 100th anniversary literally being yesterday, I thought it'd be great to have a moment, if I could, to just talk about the history of Ship Bottom. So, on 1925, Harry Van Winkle was named the first marshal police officer for the Borough of Ship Bottom. His salary was $100 for the year. The first documented vehicle purchase of the borough was in 1927. It was a Harley-Davidson motorcycle for a grand total of $367.85. Police vehicles have changed over the course of 100 years. We start with motorcycles, and at least up to the 1960s, the police department would order station wagons for patrol. In 1948, the police department was still the school bus. And residents complained during council meetings that the pickups and drop-offs were late, prompting the chiefs to state that they were on call. The borough was forced by the first school bus. It's been told that the officer that lived near Ship Bottom, the officer on duty would drive the vehicle to the officer going off duty's house, meaning that same vehicle was in service 24/7. 1961 was the first time the police department actually had 2 vehicles. Calls for service have changed over the years, some have not. An example of calls that personally have been dispatched to: 6/27/1936, neighbors complained of a pig that was being a menace, attempting to bite local children. Haven't been on that. Neighbors also, on 6/30/1937, the borough banned outside toilets. It was anarchy. So the police department was told we had to enforce no more outside toilets. That shocked them. Things the borough police department is still working on. 9/13/1936, traffic lights were installed to assist with traffic issues. Complaints about parking near the beach and partying and noise, and beach attire were complaints during that time. Some things haven't changed. The police department was asked to enforce the dress code on the beach, and the main offenders were actually the lifeguards. They wanted them to put their shirts back on. So on 3/27/1924, by orders of the National Defense Council, all signage and markings were removed, and a total dark period was established. During the summer months, it was hard to find lifeguards, and the water was not swimmable due to oil slicks. Road construction had to come to a complete stop. Air raid and wardens and police reserves were established, and all local males that weren't fighting were given a rifle. Later in history, I read that in the 1950s, they came back to ask the residents for the rifle, and it was a volunteer turn-in. Nobody from Ship Bottom turned their rifle. Things were working on. In the 1950s, the traffic circle was enlarged, bridge construction was completed, and look at today, now it's all completely gone. Also in the 1950s, Mary, your father, had to miss some time from work due to he was involved in a police motor vehicle accident. In the 1960s, the police department hired the first prosecutor. Prior to that, officers actually had to represent themselves. and Mary, your father, was promoted to chief. Actually, our first rules and regs were established in 1964, and in the 1970s, the PBA was formed. The first PBA contract was signed, as well as a large New Jersey state record for cocaine arrests happened in Chip Bottom, and Thomas White, who still is in town, was involved. I don't want to take a ton of time there. I also, when I became police officer in Chip Bottom, our badge numbers weren't very well organized. So one of the things I did was go through the minutes where I got all this information, and I reorganized the badge numbers. So I can tell you, Mayor, that we've had a total of 64 police officers work for the Borough of Chip Bottom. I have all their names, numbers, and dates that were posted very soon. So, Mayor, I appreciate the time for a little history of the Chip Bottom Police Department.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Okay, there were some things that came in late, so Kathleen, you have a report on a few of those things?
Yes, sir.
If they fall into someone's committee, we just I'd rather put them on than to have a discussion about it before.
It's going to be a hard act to follow, but I'll do my best. I don't have anything that exciting, but I'm going to start with the school property. This is just an update that came in late in the day today. The school property, the oil tank has been removed. Clean fill has been placed in the excavation, excuse me. The contaminated soil has been transported. A DEP case file was initiated, and whether a monitoring well is yet to be determined. That'll depend on the DEP report that comes out, and that we'll get a copy of that when it does come out. At this time, there is no further work scheduled in the near future. Possible interior asbestos removal will start in August, but that's pending approvals from the school board. And again, that's interior only, so it won't affect anything on the outside. The earliest actual demolition work won't begin until October. That is all pending approval. Do you guys have any questions about that? No, okay. So then I'm going to move on to the DOT project. As we were promised, the DOT and CJ Hess was supposed to leave town on the 20th. I contacted the, the super on the job and said, did you get everything accomplished you had hoped to get accomplished by June 20th? I'm sure you can guess the answer. They did not. They didn't get as much done as they had hoped. However, they did get a significant amount of work done. I'm being told they had to add backflow check valves for each of the drainage systems on 8th and 9th Streets, and you'll still notice that that is the only equipment currently in town are the pumps on those streets. The parts are on back order, and they don't know when they're coming. All the equipment has been removed, as I just mentioned, except for the pump. And CJ has promised to perform the yard maintenance on the 4th Street lot, but due to the excessive heat, it's slowing them down. I literally have in quotes insert eye roll because I can't even believe that they said that to me, because I have laborers that are working outside in this heat cutting grass, so I don't know why they can't, but whatever. State workers, I guess. The sidewalks will be completed in the fall, because I did have a resident ask me what's going on with the sidewalks. Anywhere where there isn't a sidewalk on a state road, they said they put down gravel so that there's safe passage. However, on county roads, such as 519 Central Avenue, they just have the handicap access that goes nowhere and never will. It's never going to be completed. It's not their responsibility, so it may be something we have to address with the county in the future. They just put them in because it's state law that they have to put them in, but it's literally just like that bumpy stuff, and it goes like this and goes onto grass or stone or whatever the resident has on their property in the right-of-way. So it goes nowhere. And they have no intentions of doing anything about it. And that's all I have for that. So
Kathleen?
the left, I'm sorry.
Before you go further, the walking path and bike path under the bridge,
Yes.
still closed as of 10 o'clock this morning. They had 4 guys working on there with a small front end loader like a Kubota and a dump truck. And I asked, would it be open, and they had no idea.
I'll follow up with that tomorrow with Jeff Bassano and the liaison to the public there and see what she has to say.
And the worst thing about it is they got a road closed and blocked off coming from the south, not from the north. So
Okay.
people get all the way under, and then they got to go up the road because they can't get on that path there.
Okay, I'll ask them to get that open as soon as possible.
Thank you.
There may be something, even if we have to, maybe our guys, Joe, maybe I can talk to the carpenter and see if if we have to put something in there temporarily.
They had people there today.
Who?
CJ Hess.
Oh,
They
yeah.
had four guys working there today.
Well, I can send our master carpenter and a laborer and probably have it done in a day, so, because they work faster and they're not afraid to work in the heat. And the last thing, because that's kind of not all great news, is our clerk, Christy, I almost said DeBoer, Carenti, has been awarded an honors certificate from, I have it here, hang on, from the Municipal Clerk's Honors Roll. So in the state of New Jersey, there is 564 municipalities in the state. There were 48 honor rollees, and Christy is one of them. We are grateful that she's here. She does do a tremendous job. She's way nicer to people than I am, so we're grateful she's here. That's all I got.
All right, thank you. Anybody else have anything for caucus? If not, I call the regular meeting to order, Mr. Bonham, at 6:42. Item 7, approval of the minutes. What's your pleasure?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Talon?
Yes.
Councilman Valio?
Yes.
Councilman English?
Yes.
Councilman Buckett?
Yes.
Councilwoman Basile?
Yes.
Councilman Harmon?
Yes.
Carried. Item 8, new business, 2025-104, paying the bills. What's your pleasure?
Motion to pay. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Talon?
Yes.
Councilman Valio?
Yes.
Councilman English?
Yes.
Councilman Buckett?
Yes.
Councilwoman Basile?
Yes.
Councilman Harmon?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to have a consent agenda for the liquor licenses, unless someone has a problem with any one of those, speak up now. We
I just have to read this.
Yes, I have.
Consent agenda.
On that pocket license, right, it's in town, this is our last year for that, right?
As far as we know right now, the ABC has implemented new legislation or new law, and they have a timeline, and that appears to be the way it is right now, unless it changes in the year. Yeah.
All right,
Mhm.
okay.
I just have to read this because I'm supposed to, for my clerk rules. All matters listed under item consent agenda are considered to be routine by the municipal council and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed. Any items requiring expenditures are supported by a certification of availability of funds. Any item requiring discussion will be removed from the consent agenda and discussed separately. All consent agenda items will be reflected in full in the minutes. So do you want me to just read through them all? Or do you want to announce each and then I
Well,
read this?
I was going to announce it.
Okay.
Item 2 is 2025-105, renewal of liquor license for Lang's Liquor, 2025-106, Shell Liquors, 107, The Arlington, 108, Joe Pops, 109, Porthole, 10, Gateway, 11, Hotel LBI, 12, the Baldwin Grill LLC, and that's it.
That's it. Okay. That's fine, we can vote. I don't need to read them. They were clear enough.
Yeah, okay. What's your pleasure?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Talon?
Yes.
Councilman Valio?
Yes.
Councilman English?
Yes.
Councilman Buckus?
Yes.
Councilwoman Basile?
Yes.
Councilman Hartman?
Yes.
Carried. Item 10 is returning, it's 2025-113, it's returning remaining escrow, which is self-explanatory. What's your pleasure?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Talon?
Yes.
Councilman Valio?
Yes.
Councilman English?
Yes.
Councilman Buckus?
Yes.
Councilwoman Basile?
Yes.
Councilman Hartman?
Yes.
Carried. Item 11, 2025-114, authorizing seasonal employment.
Resolution 2025-114, resolution of the Borough of Ship Bottom, seasonal salaries for recreation attendants and beach badge attendants and harbor masters.
You heard it. What's your pleasure?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Talon?
Yes.
Councilman Valio?
Yes.
Councilman English?
Yes.
Councilman Buckus?
Yes.
Councilwoman Basile?
Yes.
Councilman Hartman?
Yes.
Carried. Item 12, 2025-115, authorizing the purchase of power load stretcher for the ambulance.
Resolution 2025-115, resolution authorizing the borough to purchase a Stryker powered system 2025 pursuant to the Bergen County Co-op pricing service.
Motion to approve.
Second. Mayor, this is a formality. This, by doing this resolution, we're purchasing it off of what is called a co-op. They go out, they put the bid specs out, and it keeps us from having to do a bid ourselves. It's cheaper and saves the borough a significant amount of money by going through the co-op.
All right, thank you. We have a first and second.
Yes, we do.
Roll call.
Councilman Talon?
Yes.
Councilman Valio?
Yes.
Councilman English?
Yes.
Councilman Buckus?
Yes.
Councilwoman Basile?
Yes.
Councilman Hartman?
Yes.
Carried. Item 13, 2025-116, Chapter 159, Clean Communities, which usually means we're getting money.
Yes, sir. And in order for us to get the money and spend the money and put it in the budget, you have to do the Chapter 159, and I believe this year's grant award is $11,926.71. And in addition to the fact that it's given to us, a lot of the money, it has to be done by reports, and it's through the hard work of our code enforcement official and our clean communities coordinator that we're able to get this much money.
You want to read it?
Resolution 2024-116, resolution of the Borough of Ship Bottom requesting the Director of the Division of Local Government Services to approve the insertion of revenue into the 2025 budget from the Clean Communities Grant.
What's your pleasure?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Talon?
Yes.
Councilman Valio?
Yes.
Councilman English?
Yes.
Councilman Buckus?
Yes.
Councilwoman Basile?
Yes.
Councilman Hartman?
Yes.
Carried. Item 14, 2025-117, authorizing to go to bid for 2026 road reconstruction project.
Resolution 2025-117, resolution for the approval to submit a grant application and execute a grant contract with the New Jersey Department of Transportation for 2026 for the 2026 road reconstruction project, 17th Street from Barnegat Ave to Easterly Street in the amount of $912,484.80.
Mayor, I spoke with the borough engineer yesterday regarding this. It's the first time we've asked for money for 3 consecutive blocks, so we're not certain it'll happen. If it doesn't, the block that is Oceanside will not be included because that's in the best shape of the other blocks. And with that, I'll make a motion.
Second.
First and second, roll call.
Councilman Talon?
Yes.
Councilman Valio?
Yes.
Councilman English?
Yes.
Councilman Buckus?
Yes.
Councilwoman Basile?
Yes.
Councilman Hartman?
Yes.
Carried. Item 15, 2025-118, approving the housing elements.
Resolution 2025-118, resolution of the Borough of Ship Bottom endorsing the housing element and fair share plan.
What's your pleasure?
Motion to approve. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Talon?
Yes.
Councilman Valio?
Yes.
Councilman English?
Yes.
Councilman Buckus?
Yes.
Councilwoman Basile?
Yes.
Councilman Hartman?
Yes.
Carried. Item 16, 2025-119, shared service with Long Beach Township for Bright Harbor Mental Health Services.
Resolution 2025-119, resolution of the Borough of Ship Bottom authorizing a shared service agreement with Long Beach Island municipalities and the Township of Long Beach Police Department for Bright Harbor Healthcare, social work, and behavioral health referral services.
Motion to approve. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Talon?
Yes.
Councilman Valio?
Yes.
Councilman English?
Yes.
Councilman Buckus?
Yes.
Councilwoman Basile?
Yes.
Councilman Harmon?
Yes.
Carried. Item 17, 2025-120, seasonal employment in the beach ops.
Resolution 2025-120, resolution authorizing salaries for temporary beach patrolling and beach operations.
Motion approved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Talon?
Yes.
Councilman Valio?
Yes.
Councilman English?
Yes.
Councilman Buckus?
Yes.
Councilwoman Basile?
Yes.
Councilman Harmon?
Yes.
Carried. Item 18, 2025-121, authorizing family leave.
Resolution 2025-121, authorizing extended leave.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Talon?
Yes.
Councilman Valio?
Yes.
Councilman English?
Yes.
Councilman Buckus?
Yes.
Councilwoman Basile?
Yes.
Councilman Harmon?
Yes.
Carried. Item 19, 2025-122, appointing Connor, Strong, and Bucklew for health consulting services.
Resolution 2025-122, resolution appointing Connor Strong and Buckaloo as an employee benefit consultant.
Motion to approve. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Talon?
Yes.
Councilman Valio?
Yes.
Councilman English?
Yes.
Councilman Buckus?
Yes.
Councilwoman Basile?
Yes.
Councilman Harmon?
Yes.
Carried. Item 2025-123, authorizing an agreement with the scanning company for scanning of records.
Resolution 2025-123, resolution, the Borough of Ship Bottom authorizing the borough to enter into a contract with Favonics Document Solutions pursuant to state contract. And I just want to say that this company, if you don't mind, they are amazing, and the access we have to the tax assessor records, which we've already done, is phenomenal. I mean, we can find records like in a second. It's amazing.
Okay, what's your pleasure?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Talon?
Yes.
Councilman Valio?
Yes.
Councilman English?
Yes.
Councilman Buckus?
Yes.
Councilwoman Basile?
Yes.
Councilman Harmon?
Yes.
Carried. Item 21, 2025-124, certifying the 2024 audit.
Resolution 2025-124, resolution authorizing the governing body certification of the annual audit.
Your pleasure.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Talon?
Yes.
Councilman Valio?
Yes.
Councilman English?
Yes.
Councilman Buckus?
Yes.
Councilwoman Basile?
Yes.
Councilman Harmon?
Yes.
No,
Oh.
termites.
I said it first. I just didn't know.
Okay, next, item 9 is ordinances for introduction. This is an introduction by line item only, and there will be a public hearing at the next meeting on this. You can be able to pick up these ordinances tomorrow morning. They'll be ready for anyone who wants to look them over. And the first one is bond ordinance 2025-06, water and sewer main replacement project for 7th Street.
Mayor, this is just part of our ongoing infrastructure modernization and update. So I will make a motion that we approve.
Second.
First and second, roll call.
Councilman Talon?
Yes.
Councilman Valio?
Yes.
Councilman English?
Yes.
Councilman Buckus?
Yes.
Councilwoman Basile?
Yes.
Councilman Hartman?
Yes.
Carried. And item 2 is bond ordinance 2025-07, road improvement project for 7th Street.
Bond ordinance 2025-07, bond ordinance providing for road improvements to 7th Street from Long Beach Boulevard to Barnegat Avenue, appropriating $950,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $579,355 bond bonds and notes to finance a portion of the cost thereof authorized in and by the Borough of Ship Bottom.
Mayor, this is to fix and pave the street after the piping is done.
Mayor, it also includes a $370,645 DOT grant that's associated with these projects. And with the water sewer one, it's going to be financed through the iBank, which is at 0% for up to 3 years. And then afterwards, it'll go out to bid, finance. And the project is going to start in September. The contract will be awarded in September.
Okay, thank you. What's your pleasure on that one?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Tellin?
Yes.
Councilman Balio?
Yes.
Councilman English?
Yes.
Councilman Buckets?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lucille?
Yes.
Councilman Hartman?
Yes.
Carried. Item 10, there is no business. How about 11 here? Correspondence. Ship Bottom police pickleball versus the police on 6/28/25, and a thank you card to be read.
I have a thank you card here from a Pat Work. She said, I want you to know how much I appreciate you thinking to make a wonderful platform at the end of 21st Street on which my husband's memorial bench now sits. Now folks can once again sit on the bench and watch the water again. My husband lived his entire life on that street and we raised our kids on that street. Many wonderful memories. Sincerely, Pat Work.
They did a wonderful job. Lee.
Yeah.
Okay. Everything good on correspondence?
Could we spread the note on the minutes?
Sure.
You have first, second,
Second.
roll call.
Councilman Tallon?
Yes.
Councilman Balio?
Yes.
Councilman English?
Yes.
Councilman Buckets?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lucille?
Yes.
Councilman Hartman?
Yes.
Chief, any chance that the officers are going to take it this year or no?
We have, this is year 3, we are commingling, and we're calling with people from the public to hope to win some games this year.
It took the Mets 7 years, so.
We're rebuilding. That's what we did. We doing.
Okay, item 12, committee reports. And the first report is Revenue and Finance, Councilman Hartman.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd ask that the treasurer's report and the statement of revenue and expenditures be part of my report. Then I'll just mention, with it being an off month for tax collection, that the tax revenue collected since the last meeting total was $215,869.44. Of that, $2,232.33 was interest. I had a little bit of an announcement. Here we go. The certification of property tax deductions and veterans deductions were filed with the Ocean County Board of Taxation this month. Our town will be reimbursed for those deductions sometime later this year. Our collection rate to date is 99%. Reflecting that, the town has 4 properties that have uncollectible taxes because they've been subdivided for 2025. Those properties are 209 West 28th Street, 2615 Central Avenue, 242 West 15th Street, and 345 West 11th Street. These subdivided lots will all receive added assessment bills in October when that's settled. 108 East 14th Street has been added to the town's tax roll. It was receiving a veterans exemption prior to 2025. That won't be the case going forward. We're sorry to say. We're currently waiting for our certified tax rate for the year 2025. Once received, the tax bills will be printed and mailed out. And if not mailed out in early July, an extended grace period will be given for the August 1st payment that would otherwise be due. Thank you, Mayor. That's my report.
Thank you, Dave. Public Safety, Councilman Tallon.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor, the CFO asked me to mention the following. it's an overlap with finance and public safety. First aid, power lift stretcher is on order and it is expected any day now. Some parts have already been shipped. New rig is on order, that's the ambulance, and is expected within 4 months. Fire department, waiting on specifications, an estimate for new truck. Borough mechanic looking at current equipment to cut down on cost to department. Knox box being installed at USPS as per Chief McCollum. False alarms are being tracked on a spreadsheet and violations will be issued as per Borough code. That was a long time coming. Thanks everybody for cooperating with that. Waiting for further information about the Jones fire and reimbursement to the department via finance office. Notice to be posted regarding charging insurance companies for vehicle accidents if the department is dispatched. Again, good work on everybody finally getting this done. Capital plan received and being reviewed by Finance Department. Saturday, July 12th is the Ship Bottom Volunteer Fire Company block party from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Donation checks to be cut this month, $76,951 to the Ship Bottom Volunteer Fire Company and $50,000 to the Surf City EMS. On to my report. Public safety report for June 2025. Police report, there were 5,021 vehicle miles. There were 1,015 reported activities. There were 180 beach, business and building checks. There were 13 medical assists and 5 lift assists. There were 557 traffic stops, 1 motor vehicle accident with injury, and 15 motor vehicle accidents without injury. Fire report. I did not give a May fire report due to an email issue last month, so this report covers 4/22/25 through 6/23/25. There were 24 total incidents in Long Beach, 32 incidents in Ship Bottom, 8 incidents in Surf City, 1 incident in Stafford, and 1 incident in Waretown. The Surf City EMS report. There are 20 calls for service in Ship Bottom from 5/27/25 through 6/23/25. I'd like to wish everyone a safe and happy 4th of July. Thank you, Mayor. That's my report.
Thank you, Tom. Public Works, Councilman Valet.
Thank you, Mayor. As always, my full report is on the table up front by the chief. I'm just going to give you a quick synopsis of what we've been doing for the last month. Painting curbs on the boulevard and Central Avenue, also around town, and you'll notice fresh curbs, yellow curbs painted. Our machine broke down, so we're going to finish it up probably next week. It's running now, so we'll finish up the curbs. We swept and shoveled the parking lot at the Bay Beach, which is an ongoing issue with the wind, so we took care of that. We did, as people mentioned, we built the platform at 21st Street and the Bay, mulched the area at the boat ramp, clean up and stone the 22nd and the Bay, replaced the broken split rail fence on beach walkways, put the Bay Beach fence in the water, put one-way signs up on 27th Street, repaired the handicap railing on 15th and 20th beach walkways, put the lifeguard boxes and the lifeguard stands out, put the mats out on beach 15th and 20th, electric repairs done at the lifeguard headquarters, put the steps in at the Bay Beach, mounted the bench on 28th Street and the Bay, moved the time clock at Borough Hall, fill holes 5th and Bay bulkhead, fill holes the boat ramp bulkhead, replace the fence at tennis courts property line 5th and 6th Streets, repair the water leak at Sunset Point. The water pipes were so bad that we decided to put a new service in there and relocate the line. And we trimmed the trees at the 72 bridge area, which was blocking a camera. Mayor, that is my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Parks and Recreation, Councilman Ingram.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Beaches are now officially open as of June 14th, and lifeguards are on duty full-time, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. CPR, AED, and first aid recertification classes are underway for all returning lifeguards. Rookie school will be in session from June 23rd through June 29th. The new recruits will be ready to work on the beach July 4th weekend. The 10, 12-year-old lifeguard training program will run from July 1st through August 7th. 13 to 15-year-old lifeguards in training will run from June 30th to August 8th. I'd like to thank the Borough and the Public Works for all their help in get the beach ready with the chairs and everything else. Okay, our first concert is going to be the Jersey Tenants. Jersey Tenants. Next week. Tomorrow night we have our first history night here at 6 p.m. in the meeting room in the Borough. Anybody who wants to come in and get a history ship on it, we have a start at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. Okay, mentioned in the following, the DPW just installed the vinyl fence, as Joe mentioned, at the John Gould Park. Trees are in progress being replaced at the John Gould Park. Additional quotes are being obtained. Phase 1 of John Gould Park Improvement Project is underway. Seesaws is being removed from the waterfront park due to damage. New equipment is being researched. Remembrance Park, all access playground equipment has been replaced and is ready for use. Remembrance Park upgrades are being scheduled, including the walkway, lighting, planting, etc. CDBG grant is pending approval and expected in August. Once approval is obtained, mobile mats will be ordered. Can't order them until we get the approval, otherwise, we got to pay. Okay, and our beach badge revenue, it's not what I want to say, but it is what it is. 2025 to date is $666,998 compared to last year, which was $677,512, which is a difference of $10,000. But as we get into the season, that usually changes. And let me see. Boat ramp, we have sales to date for the boat ramp is $19,080 compared to last year, which was $22,615. So we're down $3,500 in that area too. So that is my report, Mr. Mayor.
Councilman English, I believe the revenues are down because of all the rain we've had. We had to call the checkers off the beach, I think, 4 days last week.
Right, exactly. That's why.
Thank you, Ed. Water and Sewer, Councilman Buckets.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening. Water pumped during the calendar month of April was 10,420,000 gallons. We're climbing. It's about double what it was 2 months ago. Getting into the revenue end, water and sewer bills, the quarterlies, should go out early next week, and they will be due by July 20th. Those of you that still don't have meters, and it's getting fewer and fewer, will have your next payment due October 1st. There are still some delinquency notices we had to send out, a total of 2, I believe. Other than that, everything is up where it should be. The actual numbers in this particular report is from 5/27 to this morning. Water payments was $19,185. Sewer payments $29,776. Total is $48,461. And that is the water and sewer report. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Bob. Public Property and Community Affairs, Councilwoman DeSille.
Thank you, Mayor. For our monthly violations summary, code violations, garbage containers, missing lids, 1 verbal, 20 written notices. Recycling container, missing lids and bags, 2 verbal warnings, 22 written notices. Uncovered dumpsters, no verbal, 16 written notices. Construction equipment on the street, 12 verbal warnings, 7 written notices. Temporary storage unit on property, 1 verbal, 1 written. Fiberglass installation, 0. Unfit properties, we're sending newsletters out regarding that. We have 6 verbal warnings and 4 letters going out. Dry cutting pavers, none. Dogs on the beach, 3, for a total of 25 verbal, 70 written, and 0 summonses. We've had 2 certificates of occupancy, both passed. We have 40 retired flags in our new bin, which is on 6th Street, right by the garage where our guys are. We have 3 personal storage units on site and 32 construction dumpsters. Also, Matt, our code enforcement person, I think most of you know him, has installed TerraCycle cigarette butt receptacles. We have 3. They were donated by Ocean County Solid Waste. It's 100% free to us. We send the boxed up butts to TerraCycle in Trenton. There is one on 25th Street at the Crab and Fishing Pier. We have 2 more that we have to talk about where we're going to put. Also, Matt started Bits and Pieces Patrol. Hank, who works in DPW, does the surf rakes every day. Whatever is missed, Matt finds and cleans up. I have 2 pictures here. You'd be really surprised at what everything is, and everything is way low. So helium balloons, glass bottles, all kinds of things. Also, the Cox property on the corner across from CVS has done some. It's not perfect yet, but some weeding and weed whacking. So you might notice as you turn the corner, it's a little neater. And we want to thank the Ship Bottom Tax Association for attending the meet and greet at the beach access points. I understand they did a great job, so thank you for that. Also, final, Atlantic City Electric was contacted again about the light shade on the 9th Street pole and electrical hookup at Laurel Boulevard. It will be completed tomorrow. That's my report, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
I would just like to mention the beautiful work that's been donated to this town, no charge, by Klein Brothers. Laurel Boulevard, if anybody has noticed, it's absolutely beautiful. The irrigation system they put in, and we have flowers growing there, and it's breathtaking. It's just absolutely beautiful. And they donated everything. It's an awful lot of plants there. And anybody knows any of the clients, just thank them because it's a great job. Thank you, Mayor.
Also, Mayor, if I could add to something Ed mentioned, I can't believe it's already the end of June. Tomorrow night, that event here at 6 o'clock, it's titled Tall Ship Tales Rediscovered. It's right here at Town Hall, and the invitation is to join Riley Platten Sharp to learn about the tragic true history of Ship Bottom's origin. And that is right here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Like you mentioned.
Thank you, Steve. Okay, we'll move in. Item 12 is public comment. What's your pleasure?
Motion open to the public.
Second.
Yeah, I'm all right. We have a motion before, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The public portion is now open. I'm going to ask you, when you come up, just to address the dais and do not address someone else in the audience, okay? This is here for one person speaking, everybody will get a turn, speaking to us and not interfering amongst yourselves. If you please do that, we'll be happy. Thank you.
And unfortunately, we do not have a microphone today. They're not working, so
I can
speak
do
out.
it. I'm ready. John Montone, representing the Taxpayers Association. I meant to do this last meeting. but I got called to babysit 3 of our grandchildren, and after the day was over, I fell asleep and I missed the meeting. I want to thank you for all of your help getting the business district beautified. Everyone is talking about this. It took a while, but with Klein Brothers, and in particular, Councilwoman Bazile, who really ran with this and kept in contact with me, constant contact, so I could report back to the taxpayers. It's just beautiful. The merchants love it. We're getting comments on social media, and if my wife were here, she could name all the flowers. I can't. She's playing.
Salvador lilies.
Oh,
Salvia is the purple.
okay. And there's some seagrass,
And some grass.
low seagrass. It's beautiful. It's terrific. And we've just embarked on a second project, which I think you mentioned with Matt Bernstein. We're going to be cleaning up the entranceways to the beaches, the ocean beaches. I think we've got all but 3 of the streets covered, so if anyone's interested in volunteering, but you'll get rubber gloves and buckets and little pick-me-up thingamajigs, and, clean up Mylar balloons, cigarette butts. It's a beautiful place to live, and we're trying to make it even more beautiful. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Anyone else?
Hi, Nancy Ulrich, 334 Wall Street. I'm glad you got cameras because that was going to be my first thing that I suggested was a camera. And is this going to be televised? I missed the beginning of the meeting.
Yes, they'll be, in a few days I'll receive the video and it will be posted. We actually created a new page this morning. They've been posted on our home screen the last 2 meetings, the land use and council meeting, but now we have a new page under the administrative tab.
Okay.
It says meeting recordings or recorded meetings, something like that, and you can go on that page and they'll all be there.
Okay. And I've missed a couple of things, but we did talk to a council person about an ordinance being passed for if a utility company comes in and breaks up the concrete or whatever they're breaking up in the street, have them be responsible to pave curb to curb. It will be less for the taxpayers to pay. They'll pick it up. I don't know if this was discussed with anybody or if it's being adopted in other communities within the state. So I don't know, maybe we can try it here on the island, see if it works, what comes back at it. It's just something I'm proposing to try to save money for the taxpayers.
I do believe that the LBI school, that's the case, that it's going to be paid curb to curb.
There.
So,
It's already there, but what about anything else that happens? Comcast comes in, the back of my street, on 12th Street, they dug up a huge amount of pavement, and then they patch it up, and then the grass grows in between, and, if we can get somebody else to pick it up, why can't we just put it in an ordinance? I don't think it's that hard to do, and it's worth a shot to save money. If we're doing it with the school.
We'll take it into consideration and discuss it and let you know.
Okay, great, thanks.
Anyone else?
Hi, Dennis Hager, 1907 East Bay Terrace. And when the storage tank was removed by the school, the contractor, I guess, didn't have a sufficient amount of fill initially. And when they left the site after removing the tank, there was at least and I have pictures of it, but at least a 2-foot drop or, a cavern. And people ride their bicycles along there, particularly at nighttime, could have really created an issue. Before I had an opportunity to contact Christie about this, Matt was driving by the code enforcement person. He stopped immediately took charge of the situation. Within a half an hour, he had cones, which are still in place, and saw to it, I guess, to expedite the contractor coming back a day or two later to fill it and level it. But I just wanted to give a positive shout out to Matt for his proactive effort. I mean, he does that with everything he does. But I mean, in this case, he really jumped on it. And just to reiterate John's comments, the plantings are absolutely beautiful.
I got a call like
They
7
are.
o'clock at night from him, so
Yeah.
he did a very nice job.
So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jackie Valerio, 25th Street. I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but to John Montone, Mary, and the council, Klein Brothers, the boulevard looks gorgeous. And I know it took a lot of work. And what that gentleman said about Matt cleaning up that mess, my husband saw that too. And he says if it wasn't for Matt, that mess still would have been there. And I want to invite everybody to the pickleball tournament on Saturday, where the cops are going to have a chance this year. But really, it's going to be fun, and I hope to see you there. Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
We're going to do it this year.
Bill Fenimore, Robert Drive. We talked about the lifeguards, will we be fully staffed? You said July 4th? You heard me say there's no increase.
July 4th. We did it July 4th.
That's what I'm saying, we'll be fully staffed at that point.
Fully staffed, yes.
Yeah, that was my question. One of the things I noticed as I was walking around this last month and a half or so, campaigning, was we have a lot of new construction going on in the town. We have tear downs, demolition, and most of these houses have these lift mechanisms. And there's a lot of dirt from them pouring in and out of the properties. I don't believe we have an ordinance that requires them to clean the road. I know we have an agreement with Long Beach Township when they come into our boulevard, and I don't think we should be responsible from a town's perspective to clean the roadway of all the dirt that gets brought back into the roadway while these machines go in and out. It may be something to look at an ordinance to require the builders, if they're going to have those machines there, maybe every other week or something, and they have to bring a sweeper in and sweep the roads. Just a thought, because I've noticed there's a lot of dirt.
They are supposed to maintain it. It is part of. I will follow up on it. And if something needs to be stricter, then we'll research.
Right. I just have to be walking all over, so I saw.
I think we have something in the code that says they are required to maintain it, but
okay.
We'll follow up.
I just noticed that something brings it to your attention. Thank you. And yes, Mary, good job with it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
If not, I'll entertain a motion to close the public portion.
I just want to add one little thing. I remember when they had a 1954 Pontiac black and white station wagon, and it was the police car and the ambulance. And somebody got hurt, they throw it in the back and take it to the Buck and Go down here in Grant Beach.
No, it seemed like
The cops out of town, so they got back. So.
Councilman English, how many times did you get a ride in the back seat of that car?
Never. No, I just.
Only when he was hurt.
Yeah, right.
John Fury was the chief back then. Really
nice guy.
The same wires.
And John had hearing aids. They had a big box like that.
Yes.
So we were always around town and all, and he'd stop. There were always 8 or 10 of us doing something, you know. We were juvenile delinquents. When he came by, we would go. He would bang that box all the time to get it to work, you know, and then we'd start talking. But he was a really great guy. But he had that black and white Pontiac with.
Then we had Officer Halson back. He used to chase former Councilman Ed English around town. Never caught him, but what a days.
Okay. No,
we need a motion to close.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Public portion is now closed. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion adjourned.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned.
I'm out.